Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video we are going to solve this question, and we have a 1 over x plus 1 over y. This is equal to 1 over 23, and we find the value of x and y, and in our question it's given that x and y belong to an integer. So let's start. Look at this given information. We have a 1 over x plus 1 over y. This is equal to 1 over 23. In the first step we take a LCM on left hand side. Then in denominator we have a product of x, y, and in nominator we have a y plus x. This is equal to 1 over 23. And in the next step we cross multiply this. So we get 23 times y plus 23 times x is equal to product of xy. And we write this as a product of xy minus 23 times y minus 23 times x is equal to 0. Look at this, the y involved in these two terms, so we factor out y and the remaining value is our x minus 23. And we write this as a minus 23 into x is equal to 0. Now focus on this equation. Here we need a minus 23. So then this value and this value will become a same. So for this, we write this as a y x minus 23 minus 23, and here we add and subtract 23. We subtract 23 and also add 23 in this part. This is equal to 0. We write this as a y into x minus 23 minus 23. We just take this value x minus 23 and we separate this value plus 23. Multiply this value by minus 23. So we get minus 23 multiply 23. It's equal to 0. Now look at this. This value and this value is same. So we write this x minus 23 multiply y minus, this is a 23, multiply 23 by 23, we get 529. It's equal to 0. In the next step we add a 529 on both sides of this equation. Then we get x minus 23 multiply y minus 23. This is equal to 529. Now focus on this equation. Left hand side is a product of two value. So that is why we find the factor of 529. First factor of 529 is 1 multiply 529. We copy the left hand side, x minus 23 multiply y minus 23. The second factor of this is minus 1 multiply minus 529. Copy this side. Third factor is 23 multiply 23. We write this x minus 23 multiply y minus 23. And the last four factor is minus 23 multiply minus 23. So now we take one. Now in the first step we take this factor and find the value of x and y. This factor implies that x minus 23 is equal to 1 and y minus 23 is equal to 529. So x minus 23 is equal to 1 and y minus 23 is equal to 529. Look at this equation. This implies x is equals to 1 plus 23. So 1 plus 23 is a 24. This is the value of x. Now look at this. This implies y is equals to 529 plus 23, and this is equal to 552. So using a first factor we get the value of x is a 24 and y is a 552. We also write this equation as a x minus 23 is equal to 529 and y minus 23 is equal to 1. And in this case, we get the value of x is a 552 and value of y is a 24. Now we take the second factor. In this case we have a x minus 23 is equal to minus 1 and y minus 23 is equal to minus 529. Look at this equation. This implies x is equals to minus 1 plus 23 and minus 1 plus 23 is equal to 22. This is the value of x. Now look at this. This implies y is equals to minus 529 plus 23 and this is equal to minus 506. So using the second factor we get x is equal to 22 and y is equal to minus 506. We also write this as a x minus 23 is equal to minus 529 and y minus 23 is equal to minus 1, and in this case we get x is equals to minus 506 and y is equal to 22. Our third factor implies x minus 23 is equal to 23 and y minus 23 is equal to 23. Look at this equation. This implies x is equals to 23 plus 23 which is equal to 46. Look at this equation. Y is equal to 23 plus 23 which is also equal to 46. So in this case x is equals to 46 and y is equal to 46. Now we take our last factor which implies x minus 23 is equal to minus 23 and y minus 23 is also equal to minus 23. Look at this equation. This implies x is equals to minus 23 plus 23 which is equal to 0. So in this case the value of x is a 0. Now look at this. This implies y is equal to minus 23 plus 23 which is also equal to 0. In this case x is equals to 0 and y is also equal to 0. All value of x and y are valid except this one, because in our question we have a 1 over x plus 1 over y is equal to 1 over 23. And if x is this one, then we get 1 over 0 plus 1 over 0 is equal to 1 over 23, and it is not possible because this is a undefined form. So in our question we get the 5 value. First value x is equals to 24 and y is equals to 552, or x is equals to 552 and then y is a 24. Next value is a x is equals to 22 and in this case y is equals to minus 506. The next value is a x is equals to minus 506, then y is a 22. So these are all values satisfy our solution.